Welcome back to Carolina Wildside. I'm Miles Crosby. Once again, we're at the 28th Annual Southeastern Wildlife Expo, and like I said, there's a little something for everyone. If you love great art, well, there's plenty of that here. If you like great food, there's plenty of that here. And if you love to hunt, well, guess what? I got a buddy of mine from Africa, Pete Stain. Pete is a friend from way back when. Good to see you again, man.
Good to see you, man.
And I understand you're still hunting in Tanzania?
Yeah, I do Tanzania, and I also do South Africa.
Okay.
My company's name is Safari Njema.
What does that mean?
It means safe journey in Swahili.
Okay.
So, yes, it's very exciting. We do all the big stuff, lion, leopard, elephant up in Tanzania.
Right.
And then the plains game down in South Africa.
All right. Now, if somebody wanted to book a hunt with you, Pete, I assume, of course, you've got a website?
Yes, I do have a website. It's called safarinjema.com. And all my hunting details are there, and my contact details are there. So it's very easy.
All right. Now, if someone has never hunted in Africa before, what would you suggest to be the best time to go, and how far in advance do they need to get with you and get it booked?
Well, generally, when you have never been to Africa, it is advisable to book a year in advance.
Right.
To get acquainted with the outfitter, to also get acquainted with what you need, how many shots and stuff like that, and to get your preparation right.
And obviously different areas require different things. Tanzania, if you have to have the malaria medicine, whereas in South Africa you don't need that.
Yeah, South Africa is very easy. You don't need any shots. You don't need actually any malaria tablets anyway, although there's grey areas right on the borders of Mozambique and Zimbabwe. In Tanzania, you need yellow fever, tetanus, typhoid, and then a must, of course, is malaria medicine.
Now, as you well know, I love the wild spaces of Africa. I was lucky enough to go to Tanzania back in 03, Mozambique in 98. But would you suggest on someone's first safari going to South Africa first if they're not really a seasoned hunter?
Well, I think South Africa is a good start for a non-seasoned hunter because you get a feeling of what Africa is about. And after you've been with the outfitter and you feel confident hunting the dangerous stuff, then you can explore the more wilder side of Africa.
And once again, Pete, I want to remind everybody how they can get in contact with you.
Well, you can go to my website at safarinjema.com, and it's pronounced Safari Njema.
Safari Njema. All right, great. Pete, great to see you again, pal.
Thank you, Miles. Good to see you again.
Safe journey, my friend.
Thank you, man.
Hi, this is Miles Crosby once again for Carolina Wildside. We're out for the 28th Annual Southeastern Wildlife Expo, and joining me right now, the chairman of the board with SEWE, Neil Robinson. Neil, thanks for taking time to talk to us.
Miles, happy to.
Once again, there's so many things about SEWE, so many different aspects, of course, for the hunting, the fishing, people, and of course the art.
Well, every year our challenge is to try to do something better than we did the year before. When you've got such a track record as SEWE has, it's a difficult task. This year, for example, we happen to be standing in the Francis Marion where we're showcasing local artists. Everything in this room is done by local artists, whether it's sculpture or painting or metalwork or woodwork. And it's time that we do that because, we started 28 years ago is basically ducks, dogs, and decoys. And now we've broadened ourselves to where we cover all aspects of art, including African art, Western art, wildlife, marine art. So this year we're going to showcase the locals.
And I was looking around, and obviously anybody from the Low Country, you're going to recognize our shrimp boats, and lots of different paintings of Charleston scenes and that sort of thing, and of course lots of wildlife.
Absolutely, and we continue to bring in our featured folks like Jack Hanna last night, who says this is the finest wildlife art show in the world, and he should know.
And besides the wonderful art, and once again, there's some wonderful art out here, like you said, a little bit of everything for anybody. But what I love about SEWE is the diversity. I mean, you see the hunters out here, the people who love their dogs, the birds of prey exhibits, it's so much more.
Every year is different, and every year is somewhat the same. We keep bringing back people. For example, if you're interested in antique guns, we have displays of guns over at the Gaillard Auditorium. In front of the auditorium this year, we have our agriculture department for the state of South Carolina has set up a huge tent, and we're having some of the greatest chefs in the country who happen to be in Charleston.
And I love to eat.
Absolutely. Well, you can get a taste over there, and also they're giving cooking demonstrations to show you how to cook South Carolina foodstuffs, which includes a lot of wildlife.
A lot of great wildlife. And of course, you guys are set up all over the city, Brittlebank Park, the Gaillard, once again, Marion Square.
Despite the cold and the weather that we had last night, the Brittlebank Park exhibit this morning was just chock-a-block. It was full of people. The dock dogs are jumping.
Everybody loves that.
People can bring their own dogs and enter them into that contest. So it's a lot of fun.
No doubt about that. Once again, Neil, thanks for joining us. Neil Robinson, the chairman of the board, Southeastern Wildlife Expo. Neil, thanks for
Miles.
putting on a great show as
Thanks
always.
for showing it off. Appreciate it.